Hi, I'm Dave Kelly, professional speaker, trainer, author, and coach. And I am the author of a book known as The Sermon on the Mount, the greatest motivational speech ever. And this is based on the Sermon on the Mount as given by Jesus Christ on the shores of the Sea of Galilee. And this is from the book of Matthew, verses 5 through 7. And we're really at the beginning of this series of videos that I call Monday on the Mount. And today we're starting on the Beatitudes, which is where Jesus dives in and shares the wisdom that he has with the gathered masses. And he tells them, God blesses those who are poor and realize their need for him, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. And I can just imagine the reaction of the crowd, or maybe what the reaction would be if it was a crowd today. They might be like, poor? But I'm not poor. I make a good living. My family has a beautiful home with cars in the garage. We own a lot of stuff. We have streaming services on every one of our devices. And my kids' toys are linked up to websites and apps on the internet through her phone. What do you mean I have to be poor to follow God? This is not the kind of poor that is measured by gross national product or W-2 forms. This is the kind of poor that feels alone in a crowded room. The kind of poor that is lost at work or confused about the future. This poor is being poor of spirit. I know many times I have felt that way, and I've been a Christian since I was 23. At times, my focus was on the wrong things. I felt like I wasn't getting where I wanted to in my job or career. Debt was piling up all around me. I have felt a distance from God created by my own actions and decisions. That is the greatest loneliness I have ever felt. And I have been alone in the middle of winter on a dirt road in Wisconsin with a broken down car, 100 miles from home in the days before cell phones. Yeah. When I've been poor of spirit, I've been more alone than that. Thankfully, this is a kind of poor that can be turned to richness instantly. When I get to those low points, I remember that God is on my side. He has a plan for my life. And even though I may not understand it, what direction he is taking, what he has in mind, I know he is always with me to feel rich and richly blessed. I simply ask for his Holy Spirit to comfort and strengthen me, and I know I am in the presence of God. I have stuff, but I don't need stuff. Saint Teresa of Calcutta was perhaps the world's most famous outwardly poor person ever. She was said to, at the time of her death, to only possess the clothes she wore, a blanket, a pillow, a cup, a spoon, and a bowl. But she was undeniably one of the richest women the world has ever known. This is the kind of richness that Jesus wants for his people and for everyone to find. The richness of spirit that comes from knowing that you have a place in the kingdom of heaven and that richness is living on in you on earth. Now, I hope you've enjoyed what I've had to say about this, but I think you need to see what you think about it. Get a journal, a piece of paper, maybe record your own video and post it in the comments down below. What do you feel about what I have shared with you today and what Matthew 5:3 says? When have you felt poor? Poor of spirit, poor of direction, poor maybe materially, or poor because your ideas and thoughts and goals were not satisfying to you? Write those down, record them, share them. Just go into the comments and share if you'd like. I would love to hear from you. And I'll respond, and we can private message if you'd like to talk about this further. This is the beginning of our journey through this speech, the greatest motivational speech ever. Now, if you'd like to get a copy of the book for yourself, you can go to the QR code that's on the screen. Hold your phone or other device up to it that has a camera, and you should have a little bar open that you can push, and it'll take you right to a place where you can buy a copy for $10. Otherwise, you can go to the bit.ly code that's right above my head. It'll take you to the same place. And I'd love to send you a signed copy of this book. It was such a pleasure to write, and I would really enjoy it if you would have a copy. Thank you so much for watching this version of Monday on the Mount, Matthew 5:3, and come join us again next week. We'll be exploring more of the Sermon on the Mount, the greatest motivational speech ever.